the part 3 of culture media, that is the classification of culture media basing on uses. So in the previous sessions, we have already discussed about the classification of culture media based on its consistency and as well the classification of culture media basing on your composition. Now in this present tutorial video, we will be learning about the classification of culture media basing on uses. So according to the uses, so these are the different types of culture media according to the use, mode of use, what we are going to perform the practical, microbial practical in laboratories. So first one is selective media, differential, enrichment media, enriched media, assay media, transport, maintenance, enumeration and characterization media. Okay, so initially, coming to selective media, from the name itself it indicates that in this selective media it selects the growth of only one type of microorganism. So only one type of bacteria. Okay, assume that this is your Petri plate. So in this Petri plate, you are going to select a particular type of bacteria in a pure culture. So you will isolate only one type of bacteria in a pure culture. So the main aim is to isolate your single specific bacteria in a pure culture. So pure culture contains many colonies, many different specific families of bacteria, isn't it? So here assume that gram positive bacteria can be easily selected when it is grown in a media containing phenyl ethanol agar. And while coming to your gram negative bacteria, it is easily grown, easily selected in a media containing McConkey agar. Okay. So this is how you will differentiate your gram positive and gram negative bacteria using your selective media. So from the name itself it indicates that it selects the only one type of bacteria, only one species. So according to that particular mode of selection, according to the aim of your practical, you will be using your agar. Okay. So next one is your differential media. So here in differential media, different types of bacteria, different types of species of bacteria can be easily grown, isolated in a different zone form, isn't it? So in a Petri plate, so this is your Petri plate. So in differential media, supposing that you are using blood agar. So this blood agar is generally used to isolate your hemolytic bacteria. Okay, so hemolytic bacteria. So you are going to differentiate between hemolytic and non-hemolytic bacteria. Generally, your hemolytic bacteria will show a drastic growth zone in your blood agar. Okay, while coming to your non-hemolytic bacteria, it won't show any growth in blood agar. And second one is partial hemolytic bacteria. So when you will observe all these three different kinds of bacteria, so all these three different kinds of bacteria can be easily differentiated in your differential media by using your blood agar. So this is your Petri plate. So in this Petri plate, all your blood agar is there. This Petri plate, this culture media is nothing but your blood agar. So in this blood agar, you need to differentiate hemolytic bacteria, non-hemolytic bacteria and partial hemolytic bacteria. So at a particular zone, at a corner of the zone, a totally red colored zone is observed. So that is nothing but your hemolytic bacteria. So the zone where a partial hemolysis is observed, so that is partial hemolytic bacteria. Okay, and the zone where no change is observed, so that is non-hemolytic bacteria. So no change in this particular. So this is non-hemolytic bacteria. So this is how you will differentiate with the help of differential media, you can easily differentiate hemolytic, non-hemolytic and partial hemolytic bacteria. So the next culture media is enrichment media. So in this enrichment media, from the name itself indicates that here rich, enrich. So enrich means here more amount of nutrients are there which can easily make a growth of a specific type of bacteria. You can observe growth and on that particular petri plate with this particular enriched media. So your main aim is to grow a specific type of bacteria. Supposing that your gram-negative bacteria. So according to that particular gram-negative bacteria, you will add all your nutrients in order to show a drastic growth colonies in this particular enrichment media. So the same thing with your enriched media also. Here all the nutrients are present, both of them are same. A specific kind of bacterial growth is observed. Specific bacteria you will add in this your enrichment media, and here in enriched media all nutrients are present that shows growth of different types of bacteria. Okay, so that is enrichment media. So next is your assay media. Assay media is generally used to analyze and to test several byproducts like your vitamins, amino acids. Okay, so several byproducts, citrus acid, many byproducts can be easily analyzed, and for testing your particular byproduct you will be using assay media. Now coming to your transport media. From the name itself, it indicates that it is used for transportation purpose. Okay. So whenever any particular species of bacteria is aimed to get analyzed, any disease causing microbe should be get analyzed, should be transported to another lab. So there that particular transport media is prepared in such a way that it is prepared with all the nutrients that particular microbe can go, can show its colony, can characterize its appearance on that particular colonies. We can easily study the disease pathogenicity of that particular microbe. So for that purpose, transport media is generally used. Next is your maintenance media. So in maintenance media, this media is prepared in such a way that it is used for storage and maintenance. Okay, so storage and maintenance in such a way that your maintenance media, in order to you will just take over the growth under your control. The growth of a particular bacteria will be under your control. So whenever you will study a specific bacterial species pathogenicity or else its growth of a particular bacteria, you need this particular maintenance media. So when required, you can increase the growth of a particular bacteria, or you can decrease or you can retard the growth of the particular bacteria. Okay, so you can add all the nutrients in such a way that you can easily observe the growth of a particular bacteria, and you can retard the growth of the bacteria. So maintenance media is generally used in growth curves. Okay, next, enumeration media. So enumeration media is generally used to analyze the count, the number of bacterial counts in milk and as well as in your water. So during your milk and water analysis, in order to calculate your bacterial count, TFC count in your water and as well as in your milk. Okay, so in order to count and enumerate the number of bacterial species, equal count, so then you will be using enumeration media. Next is your characterization media. Here you will characterize the changes or the metabolic changes of a specific bacteria. So for that purpose, characterized media is generally used. So these are the different types of medias, culture medias, basing on the uses So this is a third session. So third type of culture media, that is your culture media classified basing on the users. So in the next session we will be learning in detailed note for your selective media and as well as your differential media. Thank you.